Hey, welcome. So, we're going to be exploring some amazing stories soon, like the story of Adam. But before we jump into all that, I think it's really important we talk about our main source for all of this, the Quran. Today, let's explore how we can forge a real, deep, inner connection with it. And let's ask a really big question. Is the Quran just another book? Or is it actually a living being?
So let's start right there with a question that could honestly change everything for you. Do you see the Quran as just words on a page? A holy book for sure, but maybe something that's kind of static, locked in time? Or could it be something more, something alive, something conscious? Just shifting our belief on this one point can totally transform our relationship with it. Just think about this for a second. Imagine someone told you that a book existed way on the other side of the world that held the cure for every single one of your pains and contained all the treasures your soul could ever want. We do anything to get it, right? We pay any price, travel any distance. Well, the incredible thing is, that book is already with us. It's in our homes right now. The real challenge isn't getting it, it's recognizing what we're holding.
Okay, so let's really dive into this idea, this powerful concept of the Quran as a living word. Not just text, but a conscious presence that you can actually build a relationship with. So you've kind of got two ways to look at this. On the left, you've got the standard view, the Quran as a static book. It's words on a page, historical text, something you read. But the perspective on the right, it changes the whole game. It says the Quran is a conscious presence, aware of you, right here, right now. The dynamic completely flips. It's no longer just a book that you read, it's a book that reads you. And just believing this is the first step. So, where does this idea of a living book even come from? Well, it goes right back to the nature of God himself. One of God's names is Al-Hayy, the ever-living. And this doesn't just mean alive like you and I are alive. It means he is the absolute source of all life itself. Everything that has life gets its life from him. And here's where it all clicks. The Quran is seen as a perfect reflection, a complete manifestation of God's own attributes. So if God is Al-Hayy, the source of all life, then it just makes sense that his word would carry that same attribute of life. It's not just ink and paper, it's infused with the very life of its divine source. From this perspective, the Quran has to be alive and conscious. Okay, so if we're on board with this idea that the Quran is alive, what does that actually mean for us when we open it? This is where it gets really personal. This is about a message crafted just for you. And that leads to a really profound question. If the Quran is a living, conscious being, and its source is the all-knowing God, does it even make sense that it could give you an answer that's irrelevant? Could it possibly give you a message that doesn't apply to what you're going through right now? The answer is pretty mind-blowing. It means a living Quran speaks directly to your inner state, to the worries you haven't even said out loud, to the questions you don't even know how to ask. Because it's from the All-Wise, its guidance is always perfectly tailored for what you need in this very moment. It's like having the perfect key for the exact lock you're trying to open. And that's why every interaction is so unique. The very same verse can hit two different people in completely different ways because it's speaking to their individual situations. Its meaning for you isn't fixed. It's renewed every time you approach it. With an open heart, it can truly feel as though these verses are being revealed directly to you. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do we actually feel this? How do we unlock that living connection? Well, it's not just about believing it in your head, it's about building a real relationship. This journey has three main parts, and the order here is absolutely key. It all starts with love, a genuine affection for this book as a gift from God. That love then naturally leads to respect, which is all about how we behave with it, approaching it with humility and real focus. And when you combine that love and respect, the result is this incredible longing, a deep desire to come back to it, not because you have to, but because you want to. And the most important thing to get is that love comes first. This beautiful insight from Ayatollah Bayjat says it all. Even if someone can't read a single word of the Arabic, just opening the Quran and looking at its pages with sincere love is enough to have a profound effect on their soul. It's a heart connection, first and foremost. And this is a huge barrier for so many of us, isn't it? That little voice in your head that says, well, I don't understand the Arabic perfectly, so what's the point? The sources are clear. That thought is a trick. a whisper from the shaitan designed to keep you away from this light. The real connection starts in the heart, way before the intellect catches up. Because as that love and that respect grow, something incredible starts to happen. The Quran begins to open itself up to you. You start to develop a spiritual thirst for it. Suddenly, reading isn't a chore or a box to check off. It becomes a genuine longing. You find yourself actually missing it, wanting to go back to it, not out of duty, but out of this joyful desire to connect with a dear friend.
All right, let's bring this down to earth. To make this less of a theory and more of something you can actually feel, the sources give us a couple of practical exercises we can all try out.
So here are 2 simple but really powerful ways you can shift your entire state to feel this. First, next time you read or listen, just close your eyes and really imagine you're right there with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, hearing these exact words from his lips for the very first time. Second, try physically standing up to read while facing the direction of prayer. The simple act of physical respect can make the Quran's living presence feel so much more real and immediate.
So I'll leave you with this question. After all this, after exploring this idea of a living book that speaks directly to you, how is your next conversation with it going to change? Tonight, when you open the Quran, are you just going to be reading words on a page? Or will you be listening? Listening for that personal message, that piece of guidance meant just for you right here, right now. What will you be listening for?